You're listening to the Untrapped Podcast. And now, your host, Keith Kalfas.
This is such an important message, and I have to get this out, and I've recorded this like 6 times already because I don't know how to pack this amount of information into one little YouTube video, and I'm just going to try my best. What's up? This is Keith Kalfas. I'm a little out of breath because I'm doing the landscaping at my own house right now, and it's hot out here. And so I only have like a minute to share this, but I want to talk about the warrior mentality, but also being humble at the same time. When you're in a batting cage and all 6 of them are turned on at once and they're all firing at you rapidly and they're just beating you down to the ground, that's like the springtime in your business, right? But what happens is you rise up like a soldier to the occasion. And like a movie or a video game or a movie about war where like this little skinny guy goes in and then after like 2 years of war, it just flashes like 2 years later and this little skinny twerpy dude that you like weren't even thought he could even do anything. That guy's not scary at all. Now all of a sudden he's got war paint all over his face and he's got scars on him and this guy looks like well, not like a psycho, but he looks like a dude you would not want to mess with. Now this dude is bad to the bone. Like it's a transformation that happens when you rise to the occasion and you have the warrior mentality. Like imagine that there's a whole bunch of bricks and you got to pick these bricks up and move them from one pile to another, and you're like, you're resisting it and you're moving each brick and you're like, like whining, and then now you switch to the warrior mentality. You don't even think thoughts like that. This is something that must be done, and any amount of whining or complaining to yourself or telling yourself victim stories at all doesn't even equate. Complete waste of energy. Get it done. Period. Nobody else cares. Nobody cares. You get what I'm saying? Well, something can happen, and I want to talk about being humble, is it's like almost like a possession that comes over you, where now you overdo it, and I'll explain this. I'll give you an example. I worked at one of the biggest landscaping companies in Michigan before I started my own landscaping business a long time ago, and the boss that I had, he was a Marine Corps sergeant before this job he had running this division, and this dude will break you down. He broke me down to the point of tears. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me, and I want to thank this person 1,000,000 times for what he did for my life. One time, I'm running a crew and this huge property. It's like a condo complex, and I gotta trim all the shrubs and pull all the weeds in 2 days. I'm like totally discouraged. There's no way I can do this. And he put so much pressure on me to perform that I started, right in front of the crew, I started frantically and manically trimming the bushes really, really, really fast, like a psychopath. Rooted from feelings of total inadequacy and unworthiness. Like, I was the type of person who, and you might be as well, that would literally work yourself to death just to prove that you are good enough, right? You'll work yourself to death. Well, you can have this warrior mentality to the point where you overdo it. Now you're manic. You're speeding in traffic. You're rushing on job sites. You're becoming disrespectful and you're not even aware of it. You're trampling over other people and not even realizing that you might be hurting their feelings. And you become what other people can perceive as not being humble. So, one day after work, I would seek the coaching and mentorship of this Marine Corps sergeant. And I would walk up to him after all the crews would, dispatch and return back to the shop and everybody's punching out and leaving. And I would go seek him out. And I'd be like, dude just towered over me. This guy was awesome, man. And I would look for advice on how to run my crew better, how to be more efficient. And I would say, how come I'm working myself to death and we're out there killing ourselves, yet I can't figure out how to keep the trailer organized at the same time? How come I can't get these projects done more efficiently and things like that? But one time, he said something to me, and I won't repeat it. But I wasn't being humble, and I wasn't aware of it. And I literally just started crying right in front of him. I'll tell you what he said. It was my first couple months of working there. I really hated having a job. And I was running around telling everybody how J-O-B means just over broke, and how we gotta start our own businesses, we're slaves, we gotta get out of here, the world's gonna end, we gotta figure out how to make residual income. That's how I was saying this shit to the other people, and I was pissing people off and freaking them out, and I was also talking about conspiracy theories and shit. And I was angry, man. And I just stood out like a sore thumb, and I wasn't like anybody else. And he said to me face to face, he said, "You want to know what the word is around here about you, Keith?" I'm like, "What?" He says, "That you think that you're better than everybody else." And all of a sudden it just shocked me. And I literally, my whole body, my energy just changed, and I literally just started crying in front of him. I'm like, "What? I don't think I'm better than anybody else." He goes, "Well, that's what the word is about you. Everybody around here is talking behind your back that you think you're better than everybody else." And that moment just humbled me very quickly. And he said something to me. Man, my dogs are barking, and I gotta go get in my truck. So, he said something to me very powerful. He said, "Keith, there's nothing wrong with just being one of the guys." 135 guys working at this company. And I was so afraid to just accept the fact that I was part of a crew and I worked at a company. And I didn't want to accept the fact that I was just one of the guys, man. And when he told me that, and I cried. And I let go. And you know what? I became friends with so many people that work there. And I earned everybody's respect one person at a time. And then I became Keith, and everybody knew Keith. And I would always walk around with my collar popped up. That was the one last piece of thing. Because when you work at a big company like that, and you got Marine sergeants running the place, and everybody has to wear dress code and everything, like, you can feel like you're nothing but a number in a way you are. So I always had my collar popped, and they bitch at me about that. But I eventually got out. But anyways, that was a phenomenal learning lesson for me, was humbleness. See, sometimes you can want to have what you want in your life so badly. You can want to be successful so badly. You're so uncontent. Is that a word? You're so not content with where you are right now, and you're looking at where you want to be, and it's not happening fast enough. That imagine if you're in a batting cage and all like 6 of them are firing at you at full speed. You start swinging wildly like a manic person trying to hit them all. You start, like I said, speeding in traffic, rushing on jobs, trampling, and doing things that don't produce more results. They just make you look like a crazy person. The reason that I'm talking about this is I really, really think it's important if you catch yourself being that way. Because the quality of your communication is the quality of your response. If there's things happening in your life that are pressuring you outside of new challenges that are above your skill set, you got to learn more skills. And if you don't know those skills, you're kind of like blindly just trying to figure out how to deal with them, right? And what happens is if you don't know how to deal with those, you don't have the skills yet, you might deal with them in very inefficient ways that are unprofessional or make you look stupid or things like that. And then it can cause anxiousness. And I really think that's why mentorship and coaching is so extremely important. I know somebody that you trust. Who's your Fab Five? Who are the people around you? Do you have 5 people in your life, or at least 1 or 2, that have been through all this stuff before, that are more successful than you? And I don't just mean money and business. I mean with yourself, with navigating your interior space, right? Because if you can navigate your interior space and develop frameworks and understand your own self and become more aware and conscious of your unconsciousness, then that's how you can develop more on the outside of your life as well. I really think that I'm a late bloomer in my life, and I get mad at myself and feel like I should be way more successful than I am right now, and I get really upset with myself sometimes because I have so much crap to figure out up here. A lot of things to iron out and work out, going all the way back to when I was a little kid. And you can even get angry at that, like you feel like you've been lied to your whole life. If you grew up around all 9-to-5ers and people that worked at jobs and told you that it's silly to want to be successful or have your own business or all types of crap, then it'll take a long time to unravel all that stuff. So who do you have in your life that are mentors and people you can bounce your ideas off of back and forth, that can coach you through the minefield? What the hell? My power went out. Oh, the neighbors. Okay. There must be, I think there's storms rolling and the power went out in our neighborhood, so everybody only has half power. My neighbors are walking around outside. It's weird. But, so over the past week, I've noticed myself acting manic. Posting crazy funny stuff on Instagram, but going overboard, and I stepped back. I have people that I counsel with spiritually, and I noticed that when you get so ambitious to the point where you get overly ambitious, you need to step back a little bit. You can think you're on the cusp of a breakthrough, but you have to have discernment. Are you on the cusp of a breakdown or on the cusp of a breakthrough? Is your ambition so much that it's becoming counterproductive? Or is your ambition finely tuned? It has to be tuned to the point where it just keeps chipping away and it's productive. And I noticed over the past week, just like with the shrubs, I start trimming so fast or swinging wildly to the point where it's counterproductive. And when people tell you you need to slow down, take a break, just stop, like, fuck you, I'm not taking a break, I need to go faster. I used to repeat to myself over and over and over, I need to work harder, I need to get up earlier, I need to work more hours, I need to sleep less, I need to work Sundays, I need to do more. And then your adrenaline starts pumping, and you're just you're willing to, dude, is that the warrior mentality? I think when you don't want to be a little bitch, and you maybe were that at one point in your life and you've overcome that. Anything that even resembles being a little bitch is something you just want to go beat up. You just want to put on the boxing gloves and go beat the crap out of it. And anywhere you see it or feel it leaking in from the sides, anything, you just, like the whack-a-mole game, you just go start beating that thing down and hitting it right away. Because you I'm like crazy, dude. When I go to pay my bills every single week, and your bills are only due once a month, I'm literally logging in every week. And waiting for that payment to be due, and as soon as the payment is even due, I pay it right away. I want to prepay all my bills. I can't stand debt. I can't stand dirt, because it reminds me of being poor. And that's unhealthy, because when you were once very poor, I remember Will Smith in an interview a long time ago, but he was talking about, even though I'm very rich and I've made $100 million, that poverty is inside of me, and I feel like any minute we could lose it all. right? So if you feel that way, you could just be spending a couple $100 on a new dresser or a couch or something you need for your house, or I don't know, right? Or maybe buying something for yourself. Anything. You could be buying a piece of equipment, but it doesn't even cost that much, and you're having a panic attack. You're looking at the equipment dealer going, like you can't even believe it, right? How can you get to the point where that stuff doesn't freak you out anymore? So you can look at everything logically. Because I know for sure, and I've heard people talk about this, when everything starts going good, that's when you start getting really nervous and scared. Why is my life going good right now? My life is not supposed to go good. My life is supposed to be in constant chaos. You are so comfortable and so used to the chaos that you freak out when shit actually goes smooth. So I know I've covered a lot here and I've talked about a whole lot of stuff, and I think it's like therapy for me as well to talk about this. There's so much I want to talk about and share and say. I've got a blog, keithkalfas.com/blog. Check it out. A lot of great blog articles on there. Very well-written things if you like to read. My Untrapped Podcast. The podcast just hit like 120,000 downloads. It's number 91 in entrepreneurship on iTunes. You could go to any major podcast platform and check it out. My brand new book is done. It's called Your First Year in the Landscaping Business. It's an ebook, audiobook, paperback book, all that stuff. I'm just waiting for the publishing to finally be done, and it's almost done. The whole book's done. It'll be out very, very, very soon. I have a brand new course coming out called the Landscaping Business Course Part 2. This is just dope, dude. So all that'll be coming out soon. I want to make 1 million videos. I've already uploaded like 1,200 videos to this channel, and I want to upload 25,000 more. I'm not even playing, dude. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much. Please smash the subscribe button. If you go back under my episodes, I'll put a link below. I mean, I used to make crazy, cinematic, funny, adventurous vlogs and videos and all types of stuff, man. I've been doing this for 7 years on this channel, 1,200 videos. And old videos I used to make, I mean, it was all about the videos, and now vlogs aren't so popular anymore. You know, you can't just make a vlog. The video has to be about something, right? So I've been working on putting that together. This YouTube thing has turned into a media business where I've been invited to speak around the country, and I've done public speaking engagements. I'm the keynote speaker at the International Window Cleaning Association in Vegas, 2021, January in Vegas. I'll be speaking at the IWCA. You can learn more about that soon on my other YouTube channel called The Window Cleaning Blueprint. Check that out. And what else is going on? We're going on pretty soon here. Brian Fullerton and his wife and me and my wife, we're going over to Stanley Genetics' house in Minnesota. We're going to hang out with him and shoot some videos. I'm going to try to meet up with Chance Daily Hustle while we're out there and shoot a video with him because he lives in Minnesota. There's also Dmitry Lipinski from Roofing Insights, who lives out there, and also Dave Carroll from Lionshare Maintenance. He's A-Type Data, if you know who these guys are. I really want to just literally get an RV. I've been looking at RVs and campers. I want to just tour around the country and spend like 3 months just shooting all the videos and meeting everybody and doing all this stuff. So much ambition. I can't stand. You can't stand when people tell you to sit still? Man, if you only live once, I want to travel all over the world and do 1 million things. All right, it's getting dark. Hey, it's Keith. I'm just calling in on the line real quick. And I wanted to say, if you wanted to get my free guide, The 7 Steps to Marketing Your Business, you can get it right now and download it to your smartphone. And it's very simple, but it goes into depth too. It's 7 in-depth steps that you can do right now to market your business, to get more leads, get the phone ringing. It's awesome. I use this in my business. You can get it and download it right now by texting the word Untrapped to 31996. So you just take your smartphone out, go to text messages, compose a new message, and then send it to 31996, and then go to the text part and text the word Untrapped. Then press send. Then it'll trigger back a prompt with a link. Follow that link, and then you can get the free guide, The 7 Steps to Marketing Your Business.
Guys, if you need help being more organized, and being perceived as a professional to your clients and prospective customers, then you got to check out Jobber. Jobber is an awesome software that you can run your entire service business on. You can create invoices, quotes, estimates, work orders. It integrates with your calendar. You can collect money. You can run your whole business on Jobber and grow with it as well. Get your 14-day free trial of Jobber at keithkalfas.com/Jobber. I use Jobber in my business and it's awesome.